Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to use our very own drag and drop editor. So let's start. So let's assume I'm a sneaker store owner and I have four new sneakers in the market and I want to send an email to my subscribers telling them about the four new sneakers in my market. So assuming the scenario, let's design a email template. So first of all, this whole of the box on the left which you see is where the main designing stuff takes place. So this whole of the box is divided into multiple rows. So you can add multiple rows as I did right now, and each of this row can be divided into multiple columns. So you can divide it into two columns, three columns, four columns, depending on whatever you like. So we just need one column as of now. So I'll just delete the rest of the columns. So right here, I'm going to add an image, a logo, basically. I'm going to click on add content. And what I'm going to do is whatever elements you see here can be dragged and dropped onto one of these boxes here. So I'm going to drag and drop this image box because I want to add a logo first. Then what I'll do is I'll click on this column. And as you can see here, you can either drag and drop a new image here, or click to select files. So I'm going to click to select a file here. So let's just see where our logo is. Okay, this is our logo here. We're gonna select it. It's uploading as you can see now. Done. Now it looks a little big, don't you think? So as you can see here, currently the setting which we've selected is auto width. So we're gonna unselect it and we're gonna reduce the width of this whole logo as per our liking. So let it be at 80%. This looks good, right? Also, we can give an uh, alternate text here. So this is basically something which is related to SEO. So let's just call this uh, startup sneaker store, right? Also, we can give a image link here if you want. So let's just give this back to my website. And here you can select the target. It can be either the same tab or the new tab. You can also select the container padding here. So you can add the padding as you like. So 10 was fine. So stick to that. We can also customize it a little more. So say you want to add some padding to the right, some padding to the left, you can do that. You can also decide to either hide this design or on desktop or to let it be shown on desktop. You can also preview how this looks on mobile by simply clicking on this button here. So this is how it looks on mobile. So in mobile, as you can see, 80% doesn't look good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just enable auto width. So whatever changes you make on mobile are gonna be limited on mobile screens only. So this is a good way of making sure that your email looks good both on desktop as well as mobile. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna change the background color of the row. So we're gonna select the main row and we're gonna scroll down. So what we see here is we can decide the color of the column, which is this, and we can decide on the color of the row, which is this content background color. So white looks good to me. So I'm gonna add white color inside the column. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this, add a white color here. You can add anything which you want, whatever looks good to you, it's completely fine. The next thing which you're gonna do is add a heading. So what you're gonna do is click on this add content and drag and drop this heading uh, field here. Now what you're gonna do is select the font family. So for me personally, I like to go with Lotto. So I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna edit this. So I'm gonna write this welcome, uh, welcome. Then I'm gonna add a merge tag first name for extra layer of personalization. I'm gonna increase the font size, 32, and I'm gonna center align it. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click enter and type out my email. We just launched 4 new sneakers. It's time to buy them before they get sold out, right? And maybe we're gonna add an enter here so that there's some extra spacing here. Also, we're gonna stick with white background here, so we're gonna edit it out, select white background. This looks good. Now what we're gonna do is showcase our products, right? So we need multiple columns for it. So that is how we'll design it. So we're gonna select two columns over here, and what we're gonna do is on the left hand side column we're gonna have the image, and the right hand side column we're gonna have the title and the description of the product, right? So let's begin. We'll click on add contact. Then what we'll do is simply drag and drop an image folder here. Now we're gonna select an image. This is the image of the sneaker which we want our customers to buy, our subscribers to buy. It's loading, as you can see. Right, it's loading. So this looks good. Now what we're going to do is add a heading, a text, and obviously a call to action button, right? So heading will be, let it be, first of all, we're going to change this back to Lato, but this is somewhat a cumbersome task. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross it, go back to body, and over here, we're going to select font family as Lato. So now you don't have to actually change your text type every time you add a new one. Now everywhere, wherever you see, it's gonna be Lato only. So that's a good thing, right? So now we're gonna call it Nike Air Max, whatever model it is, right? We want it to be center aligned. We want it to be, let's say, 28, right? And here we want to write a description about this shoe. So this is a limited edition uh, model launched in 2003. So this looks kind of fine. We're gonna increase some text size. Let it be 20. We're gonna increase the text size to 20. This looks fine now. Now we're gonna add the call to action text. So buy now. And this also we're gonna increase the text size. Let it be 26. This looks good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the background color of this button. So Nike, for me personally, their red blazing red really looks good to me. So that is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna change the color. You can give a hex thing, or you can just move this cursor around to decide on what color you want. Once that's done, we're gonna somewhat align this button to the image of the left hand side. So we're gonna do this, then we're gonna add a little padding on the top. Um, Container padding, we're gonna add a little bit of it. So this looks good. Now we're gonna simply change the background color of column one. So this is the column one image column, and then we're gonna change the background color of column two. Okay, this looks really good. Um, a little bit of padding would be required still. That is what I feel. So I'm gonna do this. So you can, like as I told you earlier, you can add individual layers of padding from the top, right, left, and bottom. So this looks good. We can also check how it looks in mobile. So this is how it looks in mobile. So we want this to be center aligned on mobile. That is what I'm gonna do. Looks really good. Then you can simply similarly add more columns. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the duplicate feature to duplicate the rows here. So you can duplicate any element which you want. So we're just simply duplicating it, and we can simply then change the image. Let's go with this. Uh, this looks good. It's uploading, as you can see. uh, give a different description name, and let the call to action be the same. So the next thing which we're gonna do is we can add a link to these buttons. So that is like one important step, right? Where do you want the users who click on this button to be directed to? So you can add a URL here by clicking on the button element. You can add a URL specific to this particular landing page. You can similarly add a URL here and here, right? So let's just give a URL uh, for our trial basis, right? Here we can decide the action type, open website, send email, call, phone number, send SMS, all that stuff we can decide. Uh, so this looks really good. We're gonna look how this looks in mobile. It's looking really good. Then what we're gonna do is just to show you more what more can be done is uh, you can also decide to hide some particular elements on mobile as well. So say you don't want to show a particular element on mobile. So what you can do is simply select it and click this button, hide on mobile. And this particular element will be hidden for your subscribers who are viewing this on mobile, right? Then we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna add our footer element. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add our content, we're gonna add a divider, and we're gonna change the color. So here you can decide on the width of the line, the color of the divider which you're selecting. We're gonna go with black, and we're gonna center it, align it. Then obviously we're gonna add uh, background color as white. Yep. And then what we're gonna do is add one more row, and we're gonna add our unsubscribe URL and center info merge tags. So what we're gonna do is click here to unsubscribe, full stop. Then what we're gonna do is add a merge tag, copy it, and hyperlink it using this button here. Save. And then we're gonna center align it. Also, as usual, change the background color. This what I did here was I changed the text color. So that's what you don't want to do. So we're gonna change the background color, column one background color. We're gonna change it. Yes, it's white now. And what we're gonna do is add our sender info. We're gonna click on this add row button and simply add a text column here and delete whatever there is. Select a merge tag and send an information. Do a center align, background color change. So that's it. Your email is ready. Also, one more interesting thing here is you could actually host your email on our Mux email servers. So what that means is I'm going to show it to you right now. So we're going to add content here in the form of text and something known as view in browser. Then what we're going to do is go to our merge tags and add email URL. We're going to copy paste this, copy this, done. Center align, change background color. So what this view in browser does is it's a link to the web hosted version of your email. So say whenever users see your email, they can simply click on this link and they'll be redirected to a web hosted version of your email. So this comes in pretty handy when you're designing a long email. When Gmail actually, so what Gmail and other email services do is they actually cut the email from the below when it's really long. So this particular feature really comes in handy. This particular feature also comes in handy when you have a lot of images, a lot of videos embedded onto your email, and you want to basically make sure that people are getting the best experience out of your email. So this feature comes in handy then. right? So let's take one final look at the mobile version, what we have here. This looks really good. Desktop also looks really good. Um, and we're going to close this down and we're going to decide on the pre-header text. So what this pre-header text means is it's a short summary text that follows the subject line when viewing an email from the inbox. So if you do not decide to include this pre-header text, so what browsers usually do is they're gonna include a particular line of a particular line of text from your email. It could be a URL which you've given here. It could be the name of the image which is here, or it could be like this line: "Welcome F name. We just launched 4 new sneakers." So to avoid this situation, what we're gonna add is add a header text. So it's gonna be welcome, uh, or it could be just like we just launched 4 new sneakers. Buy them now. So this is what your users will be seeing once they receive this email in their inboxes. So this body section is where you could decide the default sections, default settings of the body of your emails. It can be content width. You could actually increase it. You could decrease it. Background color. So this background color, you could actually change it to be full white. But I don't personally like it, so I'm gonna stick with this grayish thing. Then text color, you can decide whatever you want it to be. You can change it to anything that you want. So whatever changes you make here get applied to your email, all the rows and all the columns across your email. Any changes you make inside your body, right? So this is it. This is pretty much about it. You can edit basically anything you see here. You can add extra padding. You could delete padding. You could even add padding at the top, bottom, left, right, whatever you want. You could hide a particular element. You could de-hide a particular element if that's a word. So yeah, I hope you like the video.